Oh, that was crazy. I was like, it's like when you practice at the end of practice. And so when we saw it was straight, it was just like, oh, that's going in. Like, that was cool, though. It was fun.
Um, you know, with your guys' trip last week to the Paradise Jam, what did you guys kind of take away from that trip, against some pretty good opponents and take back to this game today?
That we can compete with any team, no matter what anyone thinks, because we know what we can do, and we're going to do it. So we just know that we can compete with anybody.
Yeah, and your guys' defense was pretty good over really the whole season. What is kind of the key to that?
Definitely our energy, and it starts the starters go out the bench. It definitely starts in warm-ups, practice. Like our energy has been carrying us, and so when we start off hot on defense, offense comes right from that. Yeah.
Is defense an emphasis for you guys?
Definitely, because we're a little bit smaller, so we have to be scrappy. We have to be smart. So if we can lock down, then we gonna score.
So you hit that shot at halftime. What was talked about at halftime, just to calm you guys all down and stay focused in the third quarter?
Really, I mean, they said, halftime, score 0-0. We still got 20 minutes left to play. So we kind of chilled on our own. Like, we got hype, but when we locked back in, like, okay, let's finish out the game how we started. So we really kind of controlled it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, what was the key to you guys getting so many steals, so many turnovers from Chattanooga today?
Definitely, game planning and then just talking. Like, see the girl drive, step over, like you just right there. It's just we was in the right spot at the right time, a lot. So that was good. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think that tonight was another step in the right direction for our team. It's nice to see growth from lots of players. It was nice to see all 12 players get some time tonight. I think that every day we're getting better, but there were still some things today that I didn't like. Much better execution in the fourth quarter. And then we need to see contributions from everybody that comes off the bench, no matter how much time they get in the game. So I think that for us, this was a great opportunity to protect our home floor, to continue growing from the trip that we just took to the Virgin Islands. I thought we did that. And now we need to get better for our game this weekend on the road at Kansas.
You guys went to the U.S. Virgin Islands and Paradise Jam, played some really good opponents. What do you think, were your biggest takeaways from that tournament, going forward?
I think my biggest takeaway was that our team is starting to believe that we can win. And I don't know that they've believed that for a very long time. And that's not something you can coach. I can't give them confidence and belief in themselves. We can work on it every day. We can talk about it. We can foster it. We can help it grow. But we competed with really, really good teams down there, and we should have won all 3 games. I don't think anyone expected us to go down there and win all 3 of those games. But we did, and we knew we were capable, and then we proved it. Unfortunately, we only came away with 1 win. But the kind of growth that we got from that experience was immeasurable. And so now our team understands how good we can actually be if we execute, if we communicate, if we bring our energy and effort and all the things that we talk about being able to do no matter what happens during the course of the basketball game that you can't control. We found out we can compete with the best teams in the country. So, and we can win. So I think that in and of itself made the trip very, very worth it. And obviously spending time with each other over the holidays in a beautiful place, really happy that we could do that with our players, that our university gave us that opportunity. And now we have to continue growing from it.
Right. You guys forced 23 turnovers there. What was the point of emphasis for the defense today?
Our defense, it's the same every game. We want to keep teams uncomfortable. No matter what it is that we do, we like to change it up a little bit. It doesn't always have to be one defense the entire game. We have a bunch of different looks that we can give teams. And that's key for us, depending on what our lineup is. One look may be better than the other. Depending on what their lineup is, one look may be better than the other. But we have to be able to be good at a bunch of different things. And for us, probably for the rest of the year, my guess is, and it has been up to this point, our ability to put our handprint on the game is always going to start with our defense. Always. Because like we talked about earlier, no matter what, we can control that. Defense is heart and effort and communication. And we can be great at that every single night. And so we have to be in order for us to win games.
And you know, back in the Virgin Islands, when you held Arizona under 50 points, you know, top 25 team, did that kind of teach you guys anything about, you know, the strength of your defense?
It did. I think they knew it. I think our team knew it. But to be able to do that to the number 9 team in the country, I think they started to understand how powerful it can be. And, you know, talk about defense winning championships. It's very true. It's, you know, if you know, there was points in that game where we couldn't score either. So you know, it wasn't the prettiest offensive game. But if you can keep people from scoring, you're always going to have a chance to win. And I think it's important for us to make sure that we know every single possession matters. It has to be very difficult for teams to score on us. We can't give them wide open shots like we gave them tonight. That's why I was upset. Can't give up 8 wide open threes or wide open layups. That's going to matter down the stretch when we get into the SEC conference play. That's going to matter. So we have to take it personally when teams score on us or we make mistakes on defense, because it should never happen. Every shot they make should be under distress with a hand in their face. And so that is a point of emphasis for us. We have to continue to keep teams uncomfortable, and we saw that we can do that with the best teams in the country.
How much growth have you seen from the team since, you know, a couple of early losses that you guys had?
I mean, I think we're a different team, but I still think there's a lot of growth left. It's still an early season. We're a completely different team. We're starting to understand how good we can be, and it really is a mindset. You know, this team coming off all the things that happened last year. I don't like to keep talking about it, but it's true. And we're still trying to build off of that. And them understanding that our expectation, a baseline expectation, is to come out and compete to win, right? Not just to come out here and play the game like it's another game on our schedule, or like it doesn't matter, or if we get down, oh well, it's another loss. Our mentality is an expectation to win. And we'll continue to build on that as we move forward this whole season.
You talk about expectation. Talk about offensively scoring 91 points. What is that a testament to? Obviously a lot of points off the fast break, but what did you see there?
Yeah, it's that's nice too. I think a couple press conferences ago we were talking about not being able to score, and that being a big issue. For us, it's controlling the pace. So understanding what a great shot is and when to take it. I don't think we did a great job of that in the DePaul game down the stretch. The second half, it was their pace. They scored 54 points, and we were getting open shots, but we weren't making them. So when that happens, we need to slow down, get a great shot around the rim, put the ball in the bucket, and then continue, you know, to score in different ways. So it can't just be all threes when people play zone like they did today. We've got to get the ball in the paint around the rim. We've got to get to the free throw line. We've got to make sure that we push the ball up the floor, get wide open layups and threes that are easy shots to make, and then we got to make them. So part of that is understanding when to do what offensively, controlling the pace no matter who we're playing. Part of that is us getting into the gym and shooting and making sure that we're ready to make those shots when they come our way, everybody on the team. And that's not just in practice. That's just, you know, owning your craft, right?
Yeah. Obviously you alluded to this, but knowing that this team didn't play for most of last year and a lot of these players had major injuries, how do you approach some of the rotations knowing that, you know, there's been some of those kind of health issues and trying to manage those loads?
You know, that's a good question. I think right now we're still trying to figure out what we can get from everybody on our team. I think for a lot of people, we know what we're going to get day in and day out. And there's others that I'm not sure yet because they don't do it consistently. So my expectation for them is when they get an opportunity to play, show me what you want, show me what you're going to do. And that's not just in games. What's your contribution going to be to the team? When you play in practice, when you come to practice for 2 or 3 hours that we're here every day, what's your contribution? And if you want to play, then make me play you by what you show me in practice. That I look down the bench like we have to put her in the game because we're going to get X, Y, and Z. So that hasn't happened across the board yet. And we talk about training and practice like it's a game every single day, because most of the time, and most coaches will tell you this, what you see in practice is what you're going to get in the game. Players at this level can't just turn it on and off. You practice a certain way, that's how you're going to play. And so we have to understand the importance of practice, and we're still working on that as well. Is that it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right.